I thought losing him would break me, but honestly, losing him was the biggest blessing I ever received in my entire life. Losing him is what allowed me to finally find me. What's up? It's your girl LaQuana McIntyre, aka the Solo Woman Co. It used to be I Am Successful too, so I gotta get used to that, guys. So welcome to the Solo Woman Collective, the space that I wish I had when I was falling apart and losing myself in love, meanwhile calling it love. Okay, so today's video is going to be a little hard for me because I'm a very, believe it or not, I'm super private, y'all. Okay, so I know if you watch my channel, you may think otherwise because most of my videos are very transparent, which is why this channel is so sacred for me, because it's pretty much kind of like a diary. You know, a lot of the stuff that's on this channel, people don't even know that's in my personal surroundings, you know. So this channel was solely God led, and I am here to stay. I don't care how fast or slow we grow here. I'm here to stay. You know what I'm saying? I am here to stay. So today is another personal video that's kind of hard for me. Today's topic is about the breakup that really led me back to me. The breakup that truly inspired this, what you're seeing right now, who you're seeing right now, the person that I am right now. This is a hard video because I don't know like who subscribed to my channel on YouTube. And I don't feel like, you know, going through the subs to see if I need to delete people. It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I put this video out, if the person sees it or somebody that know the person sees it, hey, it is what it is. Like, I'm in a space in my life where transparency is the best healing. Okay? So, my bad. I didn't mean to make that so long. But I do have some pointers on my phone. I want to talk about it, y'all, but please forgive me because I don't know, I may leave some things out because again, this is kind of hard for me. The main thing I want you guys to know in this video is this is not about him, okay, but it's about how detachment saved your life. So this is not about the person, this is about how detachment saved your life. This, if you are currently in the middle of a heartbreak right now, this is for you. This video is for you, and I hope that this video can inspire you. So let's go ahead and get into the pointers, guys, that I made here. I want to first and foremost just talk about the context of the relationship. Oh Lord, okay, y'all, I'm not a huge relationship girl. Honestly, ever since I was a little girl, I've always operated in an independent space. I was never the girl who wanted boys, or you know how little girls, they say little girls get crazy over little boys go crazy over little girls. That was never me. Like, anybody who knows me knows ever since I was in high school or whatever, like I always looked at little boys like ill. Like ill, you know what I'm saying? So I had a very independent mindset, and my life was never centered around having a boyfriend. In my lifetime, I really only have had 2 real relationships, okay? So I've dated men, I've had situationships, sadly, because I didn't know any better. But as far as like official relationships, I've had 2, okay? Like, trust issues were bad. I'm just gonna say that trust issues were bad, and it kind of saved and protected me in a way. I'm gonna be honest. Now that I think back to it, I'm like, it kind of protected me because of my trust issues. I didn't make any type of life-changing decisions that has affected my entire life. You know, I came out on top of those situations essentially, because now I feel better than ever. Let's just be clear, okay? So anyway, the person that I'm, referencing in this video, we're actually still pretty cool. That's the crazy part about this. After all the smoke cleared, we were able to become friends. So there were a few red flags. Oh God, this video is so yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This video is so hard because oh my God, it feels so personal for me. So just bear with me on this, y'all, because this is something that I am working on. Oh my God, this is something that I'm working on, okay? I am debating, y'all, if I should even film this video. I don't know. Something in me just don't feel right. I'm like, oh, should I do this? Give me a second, y'all. Oh, I kid you not. I sat up here and did the best that I could, knowing how hard this was, and filmed my story. Video literally deleted. It said the phone was out of storage. I tried to delete some stuff, went back to gallery. That was not. So Another thing, if it's been over a year, especially, I mean, heck, really 3 months, a man knows if he wants you or not. But let's just give it a year just to give you some grace. If it's been over a year and you still have not have established anything, no titles, no nothing, it's still a go with the flow situationship, girl, more than likely you're competing with other women. Let's just be real. That was the situation with me, okay? I was basically competing for attention without knowing it. What a lot of women don't understand, and this is what I didn't understand, men a lot of times will make you feel like you're the only one. So you won't go out there and mess with nobody, and you're just stick loyal to them, while they're out here doing their thing and still deciding and making a decision. And what happens is, when we get into this mindset of thinking that we're the only ones, we are loyal to the T. I mean, most of us women are so loyal to the point where we know this is not the person for me, but we'll stick around with wishful thinking that things will get better. So that's what happened with me. Years and years went by, still no real titles. So dang near was a situationship. And it's like, girl, so what did you expect? Not to mention, my intuition would constantly go off all the time. God really was trying to protect me, and I totally ignored it, because it would be multiple occasions where this person's phone would pocket dial me, and I already had intuitions of something, so I would just sit on the phone, and every single time I would hear some BS, whether it was talking to another female, getting another female's number, or talking about women with other men. If that wasn't a sign, I don't know what else was. Okay, like, so that was another thing where I should have known better. I should have known better also, because y'all, again, I don't want to make this person look bad, because again, to this day everything is fine, and we're not together, but everything is cool. But this is just me telling you bits and pieces of things that I should have paid more attention to. Pay attention to also when he's not answering his phone. If your man is going missing during certain times of the day and doesn't call you back until hours later, that is something to pay attention to. That is something that I totally blew over. I will call, no answer. And we're in a day and age where phones are tied to their hip. So it's no way you didn't see my phone call. And then if the person doesn't have the courtesy to at least even send you a text message and tell you, hey, currently busy, I'll hit you back, and they just let hours go by, take that as the most ultimate disrespect that you'll ever get. Think of it as somebody spitting you in the face, especially if they hit you back with no valid reason why it took so long, or you can tell they're lying. That is all the sign that you need. And I'm gonna recommend you to get the hell on through. Because if you let it continue to go on, or even if you continue to address it, most of the time, if they already got that in them to do whatever it is that they're doing, they're not going to change. A man has to change for himself or a man has to want to change for himself before he will change for you. So I wanted to make this video a lot more transparent, y'all, but please forgive me. This was hard. This is still a hard subject for me to talk about. It's not that I'm not healed from this situation, because I am. But I don't know. I think I'm just moving in a mindful space right now where I'm not ready to really put this person out there like that, because it just feels like people are watching you, and I don't want that kind of smoke right now. I know I'm telling you guys a lot as we speak. Let's get into just a little bit of encouragement, okay? So And I just want to make sure I'm not missing some key pieces that I maybe need to talk to you about. Okay, so I would say this, guys. So I always felt like I wanted to be out of the relationship. And I felt like that for years. I'm talking about even when it seemed like everything was okay to other people, because I knew I was not operating in the best version of myself. I wasn't operating from that space. But it was hard for me. It was hard for me because sometimes we get into this space where we don't want to be alone. We start to experience nostalgia, and we think about how much we're going to miss them if they're no longer around us, or if I'm gonna find anybody else. But truth of the matter is, when I made the decision with the help of a therapist, because y'all, it was really bad. It got really messy and really bad, okay? But with the help of a therapist, I was able to finally choose me and finally realize the danger that I was putting myself in by staying in that relationship. It was dangerous to my health. Parts of the relationship had become violent, because when you're in a toxic relationship, ladies, let's be real, we're not operating in the best space. When men say we're crazy, a lot of times it's because they drive us to that point. Okay, like, that's why it is so important to work on yourself and learn who you are as a woman and start setting up boundaries, because once you start doing that, you will no longer put yourself in those type of situations that brings the worst out of you. So yeah, I went to a therapist to help coach and get me out of that, because I just felt like I couldn't do it alone. So when I finally worked the nerve up, years later, y'all, I cried like a baby. It felt like death. It felt hard. It felt like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? It almost felt like, wow, maybe I'm being weak by not dealing with this. But no. I just let it happen. I said, you know what? We just gonna let it happen, because I mean, what's the worst that could happen with you being alone? You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing. Nothing, because you can't harm you. You can, but I trust myself. If anything else or nothing else, I trust myself. So the first thing I did was I made sure that I stayed in therapy, number one. But number two, I made a list of what it was that I needed to change about myself to become a better version for myself. Not a better version for the next man, but a better version for myself. What was it I needed to do? Whether that was working on my credit, becoming more financially savvy, becoming more emotionally intelligent. I wrote it down on a list, and I started at the top. I started at the top of the list and worked on each thing one by one. I don't care how long it took me to check off that one thing at the first thing on the list. I did it. I prioritized the list. I meant to mention that, from most important to me to least important. So I made sure I got the most important things knocked out. I also made sure, well, I'm not gonna lie, after the breakup, I did kind of do the rebound thing. But rebounds are not healthy. Let's be honest, it's nothing but a bandage. When you go home at night, you are still falling apart. And honestly, you make things worse, because now not only you are grieving. I kid you not, guys, I done been through hell and back trying to do this video. The last portion was cut off short. I thought it was gonna delete it, but it clearly is still there. At this point, we just gonna call it a wrap. Okay, so I told you the main things, guys, is let's just end it on this note, okay? If you are currently that girl right now, okay, you are in a situation and it's hard for you to get out. You don't know where to start. You do not have to do this alone. I created a free group called Don't Text Him. Join this group. I'm gonna leave the link for you below. So the first step is definitely getting you some help, whether that comes in joining my group, because I am going to start providing you with different resources and tools to help you get through this from a sister that's been through it, okay, and came out on top and thriving. But even if it's not me, please get a trusted source, whether it's therapy, trusted family member, somebody to walk you through this journey, because it is not easy. It is not easy, and it is very dangerous to stay in that situation. It is detrimental to you and your health, your kids, your family. You may take it like this is how love is supposed to be, but it is not, and it is killing you slowly inside. So if this video resonated with you, then be sure you watch the remaining videos on my channel. I will leave a couple up here for you to watch to help you get through the season. And also like the video and be sure you subscribe, guys. In the meantime, I pray that you are having a highly blessed and favored day, and we're going to get through this. Let's heal together. Peace out.